Amendment to Women Repression Prevention Act okayed. Consensus Commission holds dialogue with LDP. ACC files 2 more cases against Putul. And Tariq Rahman and Babar acquitted in bribery case. Good evening viewers, those were the headlines sponsored by Akis Boshir Glass. I'm Sarin Kadir and you're watching English Bulletin. The cases filed in connection with rape by alluring with marriage proposals will be under Women and Child Repression Prevention Act. However, these cases will be put under maximum difference section. The maximum punishment will be 7-year jail for such crime. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam made the disclosure at a press conference at the Foreign Service Academy of Capital's Minto Road on Thursday afternoon. The amendment of the law got final approval at the meeting of the Advisory Council headed by Chief Advisor Dr. Muhammad Yunus on Thursday. Not in an ambiguous manner, rather the proposals of the political parties should be in black and white. President of Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, Colonel Oli Ahmed, made the recommendation on the first day of the dialogue with the National Consensus Commission on Thursday. The party also said it is very important to have dialogues with the political parties. There will be no good outcome if OC and UNO are not made effective before polls. LDP agreed upon 120 reform proposals of 166 proposals of the Consensus Commission, opposed 42 proposals, partially agreed on 2, and said 2 proposals are not clear. Meanwhile, National Consensus Commission is seeing response from the political parties as positive. The Anti-Corruption Commission has filed 2 more cases against former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's daughter, Saima Wajed Putul. The first case document said Saima Wajed took to the jobs of the World Health Organization as Regional Director of Southeast Asia by showing fake qualification in the biodata. The second case was filed for misappropriation of Taka 33 crore in the name of Suchana Foundation from the CSR sector of a bank under Bangladesh Association of Banks. Besides, ACC has started graft probe against Amir Hussain Amo and GM Qadir. A Dhaka court has acquitted 8 people, including acting chairman of BNP Tariq Rahman and former State Minister for Home Affairs Lutfuzamar Rahman Babar, in bribery case filed over allegation of giving a murder case accused impunity. Dhaka Special Judge Court 3 pronounced the verdict on Thursday. According to charge sheet of the case, Dhaka 21 crore bribes had been taken to give impunity to Subhan Sanveer from the murder case of director of Boshundara Group, Engineer Sabir. ACC filed a case in this regard during the regime of 111 government. Lawyers of Tariq Rahman said ACC failed to provide any witness and evidence against accused persons. It is not possible to build an accountable state without reforms. Co-chairman of National Consensus Commission, Professor Ali Riaz, made the remark after a delegation of Jamaat-e-Islami led by Secretary General Mia Ghulam Parwar submitted the reform proposals at the National Parliament building on Thursday. After handing over the proposals, Mia Ghulam Parwar said the party want fair polls, that is why they are aiding government in reforms. However, not through setting up deadline, they want polls after minimum reforms. Later at a briefing, co-chairman of National Consensus Commission, Professor Ali Riaz, said such a major scope for change has not come after independence. He alleged attempts are taking place to hinder reform process in different ways. Justice of the High Court Division, Khizir Hayat Khan, has been removed. President Mohammad Shahabuddin has removed him as per Clause 6 of Article 96 of the Constitution. The Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Ministry issued gazette in this regard on Wednesday. Khizir Hayat Khan was the youngest justice of the High Court bench that pronounced a verdict declaring government circular of 2018 illegal that cancelled quota in government jobs. 12 High Court justices were kept away from trial proceedings from October 20 last year in the wake of students' protests who termed them as allies of fascist and corrupt ousted regime. Khizir Hayat Khan was among those 12 justices. He joined the High Court division as additional justice on May 31 in 2018. We now follow with a short break and we will be back soon with Israel continues brutal genocide in Gaza. Bangladesh team leaves Dhaka for India match. Welcome back. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. The country will be on the right track if polls take place within December. BNP Standing Committee member Amir Khosrow Mahmoud Chaudhry made the remark after a meeting with Ambassador of European Union Michael Miller. The meeting with the EU ambassador began at 11 a.m. on Thursday at BNP Chairperson's Gulshan's office. Three-member BNP delegation, including Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, Amir Khosrow Mahmoud Chaudhry, and Organizing Secretary Shama Obaid, took part in the meeting. Later addressing a press conference, Amir Khosrow Mahmoud Chaudhry said discussion has taken place over consensus on polls and reports of the reform commissions. He said EU has agreed to render assistance over polls and reforms. We now begin with news around the world. Israeli aggression deepens into Gaza as the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned of a larger, stronger front in occupied West Bank in addition to fierce war against Hamas in Gaza. At least 71 Palestinians, including children, have been killed in the pre-dawn attacks in north and south of the territory. Israeli assaults on the war-devastated strip have brutally escalated while Qatari mediators are negotiating ceasefire deal. Ignoring global condemnation, Netanyahu has signaled war in Gaza to continue indefinitely, adding negotiations will only take place under fire. The latest killings will add to Gaza Health Ministry's death toll of some 436 Palestinians, including 183 children, killed since Israel shattered ceasefire on Tuesday. Israeli troops have resumed ground offensive in the enclave, reclaiming control of center of Netzarim corridor to expand security zone and create partial buffer between Gaza's north-south. Gaza's health ministry said Israeli attacks on Gaza have killed 710 and injured 900 Palestinians since Tuesday. At least 22 Maoists were killed in separate encounters in Chhattisgarh's Bastar division in India, while a security personnel was also killed during the exchange of fire. The encounters took place in Chhattisgarh's Bijapur and Kankar districts on Thursday. Bastar police said the gunfight in Bijapur began around 7 a.m. local time along the district's border with Dantewada when a joint team of security personnel was out an anti-Naxalites operation in Gangalore police station area. Security forces have recovered 18 bodies of Maoists along with weapons, explosives from the encounter site of Bijapur. While 4 Maoists died in exchange of the fire reported near Koroskodo village in Kankar amid the exchange of fire between the state task force and district reserve guard and the Maoists, 1 Jawan was killed. Police said the encounter is still going on in forests bordering Bijapur and Dantewada districts. US President Donald Trump has held a phone conversation with his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky a day after speaking to Russia's President Vladimir Putin. Trump, however, has described the hour-long talks as a very good sharing. Media cited Trump's post on Truth Social as saying Wednesday's call with Zelensky lasted about an hour, Much of the discussion was based on the call made earlier with President Putin in order to align both Russia and Ukraine in terms of their requests and needs. The Washington Post said Zelensky was agreed to a partial truce with Russia focused on energy and other civilian infrastructure. He said it was a first step. He hoped there would be lasting peace more than 3 years after his country was invaded by Moscow. White House said possible U.S. ownership of Ukraine's nuclear power plants was also discussed, although Zelensky later stated that this was only about the Russian-led Zaporizhzhia facility. Viewers, will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching English Bulletin. And now we begin with sports news. Bangladesh national football team has left Dhaka for India's Shillong on Thursday morning to play in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. The team has flown to India on a flight at 9 a.m. Before leaving the country, national team defender Tapo Barman said the team this time flying to India with a winning mentality. Moreover, coach Javier Cabrera called up 30 footballers for the match against India on March 25. However, 2 of the 4 new players called up in the preliminary squad could not make it to the final squad. The coach did not bring Italian expatriate Fahamidul to Dhaka. Arif was also dropped before leaving for India. Among the new faces in the final squad are English Premier League players Hamza Chaudhry and Alamin. The team will first go to Kolkata and then will go to the match venue Shillong. Before ending the bulletin, Akis Bashir Glass top series once again. Amendment to Women Repression Prevention Act okayed. Consensus Commission holds dialogue with LDP. ACC files 2 more cases against Putul. Tariq Rahman and Babar acquitted in bribery case. Israel continues brutal genocide in Gaza. And Bangladesh team leaves Dhaka for India match. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us. Until then, see you soon.